Welcome to another episode of House of Ghouls Horror Movie Podcast. I'm your host, Ian VanGhoul, joined as always by my best friends and co-hosts, Crystal and Colby. What's up, friends? How are we doing this week?
Hey guys.
Hi.
Well, we have a very special guest. If you don't know him, you're fucking up. This is the Dark Lord of Love's Park. He is here. We are so stoked about this. Dark Lord, how are you? Welcome to the show.
What's up, baby?
So just some quick announcements real quick. If you're not following us on social media, fucking do it. Instagram, Facebook, Discord, Patreon. If you're listening to the audio portion of the show, give us a 5-star rating. We appreciate it. It helps us immensely. Again, we're looking for sponsors. You own a local horror shop, a business, you want to advertise on the show, let us know. And speaking of that, we do have new merch coming soon. We are actually teaming up with Gore Clown at goreclown.com. So the merch is on its way. GhoulSquadShop.com is going to be phased out here very soon. So if you want to get any of that merch, do it now while you still can. So with all that said, let's get into the horror movie news. So Mike Flanagan's Carrie TV series has found its Margaret White in Samantha Sloyan, who you may know from Midnight Mass. Now she joins Summer H. Howell as Carrie, Matthew Lillard as Principal Grail, Amber Midthunder as Miss Desjardins, and a whole bunch of other names that I didn't write down. But did you guys see this news? How are you feeling about it?
I think that's perfect. And I fucking called it about Matthew Lillard. I said he was either going to be a teacher or principal.
You said that he was going to be Carrie.
That was a joke.
No, he meant it. It was real. You did that.
Better if he was.
Dark Lord, are you a fan of Mike Flanagan?
I don't know who that is. One thing I do know, though, is some guy followed me around and made a documentary about me. And a lot of people are comparing what he did to, like, the Blair Witch Project. And here's the thing. It's not even close to that. He did a documentary of me about my life. And, he said it was going to be found footage or something. But I think it's just because he didn't have any money. And he said that if he keeps me liquored up enough and like my normal day to day, he said, just be you, man. And so I did. And then he's like, yo, we're like in the movie game now. And he keeps sending me movies. And I'm like, yo, I just need more beer or money or cigarettes or something. So he's always asking me, did you watch the movie that I sent you? Whatever. I don't know. I got too much going on. I got my band and all that, I'm trying to, get off the ground per se. So I don't know what you're talking about.
Right on.
Fair enough. Well, in other news, Blumhouse has acquired the Twisted Pictures portion of the rights to the Saw franchise.
R.I.P. Saw.
R.I.P. Saw.
PG-13 Saw.
Yeah, we'll see.
I don't know. The only silver lining is James Wan and Atomic Monsters. That's literally the only silver lining. So I guess we'll have to see.
Yeah, I feel like he's still not going to be very involved in it. So
right, kind of. That's what everybody keeps saying. Everyone's like, "Well, James Wan is." I'm just like, nah,
sell out.
Yeah.
In better news, Looky Loo is now available to buy or rent on Fandango at home. Apparently, it'll be available to rent on Found TV starting tomorrow as well, according to final footage. I didn't hear about it, but they sent me a message saying that that's the case. So we'll see. And the R.I.P. Man has finished filming, is now in the editing stage of production. So I'm hoping it's out in time for Halloween.
You guys might see some familiar faces in that one as well.
That's right. And finally, Hellmare from our homie Victor Gabriel has begun filming. It looks wild. It's gnarly. It's gory. It's intense. I can't fucking wait. So what did we watch this week?
I only watched like 4 movies. I had a very slow week. I rewatched Sinners. I liked it better the second time. I watched Deathgasm, Pet Sematary 2, and Predator Killer of Killers.
I seen that Pet Cemetery 2 one time.
That's a banger, right?
I like that one. Okay, so I do kind of see movies here and there.
That's fair.
Pet Cemetery 2 is also the best one.
That's not true at all.
Might be.
It might be.
Let's see, what did I watch? I watched Dark Windows, and then I rewatched 28 Days Later, 28 Weeks Later, Dead Silence, Virus 32. I watched another real trippy British horror movie called Ghost Stories. And then I started Severed Son. So I like
Severed
that
Son
one.
rips.
I'm excited. I'm like halfway through it. I like it so far.
It's a good one. And then I rewatched Talk to Me finally for the first time since theaters. Really dug it. Yet again, I watched Clickbait, which was really solid, and I just finished Bark today, which I really enjoyed.
Did that fucking shit break your heart?
It's yes and no. Like it wasn't what I was expecting. Like I knew the ending went wild, but I didn't
Mhm.
know what to expect. I really dug it though. The more I think about it, the more I like it. But yeah, I mean, it's a little heartbreaking. But I dug it. And I'm guessing Dark Lord, you haven't watched any movies this week?
Uh, I've been working on my inventions this week. If you care to hear about them.
Absolutely. What do you got?
Yes, please.
Well, I've modified crutch knife. So I could show you. And so anyway, like say like you're elderly, or you just like broke your leg like riding your DUI bike or something like that. You might need a crutch, but what do you need most when you're crutching around? You need protection, right? Because you don't know who's going to come at you, and you're not in a full fight stance unless you're trained, such as myself, in martial arts. So what you need here is this. This is crutch knife. I've practiced on myself. This is very, very sharp. But if somebody comes at you, you just give them one of these, and then you're safe. And I'm trying to get it patented right now, but I gotta get a GoFundMe, I think, for it. So this is a crutch knife. Hopefully nobody don't steal it, because it was Dark Lord's idea to begin with. Crutch knife.
That's one thing. I've always felt so vulnerable when I'm on crutches. But
Yeah.
that's brilliant.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
genius.
So my modification is I needed my lighter to smoke today, but the modification is that you can take. Yeah, I had the lighter attached to the crutch as well, so when you need to light a cigarette, you can just bend down, and then also that knife is sharp enough to puncture a beer can, so you can shotgun with one hand. So it's like a win-win-win, you know.
Can we get a demonstration of a shotgun with the crutch real quick?
Of course. So then I'm like, I just wrecked my DUI bike, and now I'm back to crutching, to go to the bar or whatever. So I got to figure out how to attach beers to it, but that's my next step. That will be phase 3.
Dude, a beer
But-
belt. You can make a beer belt.
Yeah. So what you're gonna do is get like that, and then you just lean on the crutch. Disabled free.
I love it.
And that's the kind of stuff I've been trying to make. So it's just like functional stuff. It's stuff that I think people need. But yeah, I do it for my community too. But I also would like to get paid. So
Dark Lord, have you ever thought about going on Shark Tank?
yeah, so somebody told me about that a while ago. And I just gotta I don't leave Love's Park often. I get like nervous because like, what if somebody needs me out here? You know what I mean? I spend a lot of time going around and making sure, I fight crime here and there. I'm trained in lots of martial arts. I'm a chain belt. I got kicked out of my Taekwondo class because I think it's just because I was just roughing up too many kids at first. But really, I mean, what I was doing, I'm trained. I'm a trained vet, like, vet when it comes to kung fu and all of that. And so on movies, I have watched all of the kung fus. And so like I know what I'm doing. And so they kicked me out. And I made my own. I have my own karate style now. And it's like a mix of street fighting and all of the combat that I've learned. And I've earned my own chain belt. So I don't even need whatever colored belts,
Yeah, that shit's for the birds anyway.
It is. So what was the question?
Shark Tank. You need to get your invention on Shark Tank.
Yeah, I would be willing to go, and because I'm always trying to invent new knife style things. So I mean, I have a coffee mug that has a knife on it. Like because you never know. You could be sitting there trying to have your Baileys with coffee in the morning and someone might come at you, boom, So I try to think tactical as much as I can. I have lots of trolls, so you gotta be.
It's always good to be ready.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Cheers to that. Right, Ian?
That's right. Cheers.
Yeah.
Crystal.
Cheers.
All right. What are we diving into now?
Well, did we read anything this week?
I started a book.
So did I.
What'd you start?
General Rot.
Oh yeah. I started I'll Pray for You.
Oh yeah? Oh yeah, awesome. No spoilers.
No spoilers. My favorite character in the book right now is Colby.
Ew.
Chris, did you read anything this week?
Still reading Ghostland.
Hell yeah. Dark Lord, how do you feel about books?
I still have yet to read Frog and Toad All Year. I've got through chapter 3, and that's it. That's the fall. I think it's boring. I can't stare at a thing that long without wanting to like play guitar or I get at least burn something or kick something. I like breaking shit.
Do you frequent Guitar Center a lot?
Yeah, I'm banned from there at the moment. But they usually that's like 6 months or so.
Okay.
The last time after about 6 months they let me back in there, and I was like, "Yo, I'm a changed man." But they got mad because I was in there playing a Les Paul, and they were like, "You have no money," and I'm just like, "Dude, just let me." And I made up my own tuning, and they got mad because of my tuning. And I was playing through an orange amp, and I played it really loud. I was trying to show people my new tunes, And yeah, they got pissed because
You got to market yourself, man.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I'm just like, what's the problem? You let that little kid over there practice the drums, play the drums, see if his dad wants to buy it. How do you know I don't have money? How do you know I didn't run into some? I'm getting, bigger these days on my YouTube channel. I got like 70 followers or something, like I'm trying to work my way up. And, I quit all my jobs. I'm not working right now. Not because I've been fired, because I decided also I don't want to work because I need to focus on my inventions and my career in music and whatever else. Partying, show people how to party.
It's valid, honestly.
It's important, especially today. Think about mental health,
It's very true.
Absolutely.
Yeah. doing God's work out here.
Well, we appreciate it.
You're welcome.
You want to get into pickups real quick this week?
Yeah, we'll get into pickups. Yeah, real quick. So, Scream Factory is releasing 4K versions of The Strangers and Drag Me to Hell. Both are 3 discs and include tons of special features. Strangers will be available on August 12th. Drag Me to Hell will be the following week on August 19th. But yeah, let's get into physical media pickups. What did you get this week?
So I made a run to Hidden Treasures, which is in Love's Park.
Oh yeah, baby.
I got Crawl on Blu-ray, My Soul to Take for $1. Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Special edition Office Space slipcover. Slipknot Disaster Pieces for a fucking $1.
Oh, I think Dark Lord likes Slipknot. Wait.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
they kind of ripped off my style, but whatever. I still like them. They're still hard.
And then I got the whole Batman Legacy collection with Batman, Batman Returns, Batman Forever, and Batman and Robin.
Yeah.
So those were my pickups, and I spent under $30 at Hidden Treasures.
Hell yeah.
I want to go there.
Dude, it's so cool. I'm glad I didn't see Dark Lord on the Wall of Shame there.
Nah, yeah, I had a booth of my inventions there, but I couldn't afford it. And then I was just like, yo, just like let me sell a few things and I'll pay you. And they're like, yeah, you haven't made a sale yet. And I'm like, well, it's because I'm kind of an in-person salesman guy. So like, if you would let me in, I could actually make it happen. And yeah, so we didn't see eye to eye, but all right, it's still from Love's Park. I support them. You know, it's cool.
Hell yeah, brother.
Okay, I only got 2 things this week. I got it's called the Midnight Horror Collection Volume 2. And it has there's one movie on here called Evil Bong 2.
Oh yes, the Evil Bong movies.
Yep, they're on here, so that's why I got it. I don't know what else is on here. I just saw that and was like, I'm gonna get that. And then I got the double feature of Nightmare on Elm Street and Nightmare on Elm Street 2. So
Hell yeah.
yeah, I'm excited to watch those. That's all I got this week.
Good pickups.
You want to see what I got?
I do.
So I got this, and I've been recording it's an Olympus Pearl Coder S701 micro cassette recorder, and I've actually been recording all of my new songs on it, and yeah, it's just as good as the studio. I was told it's good enough to do ghost hunting equipment, or if you're trying to do like Ouija board sessions and talk to your ancestors. And so therefore I decided the best thing I could do is record on this. And this was $5. I didn't have it. And I'm not proud of this, but I did steal it. But you know, I've been recording on it, and I plan on when I sell some of my records to go back to that man at the garage sale I saw it at and give him the $5. And I wrote the address down because I'm a good person. I'm a good person.
That's noble. I think that me and Dark Lord of Love's Park need to go ghost hunting in Love's Park.
Hell, dude. Ghosts are fucking real, guys.
Dude, we should even hit up Blood's Point with your little recorder.
Yeah, I actually want to shoot my next video there.
Dude, let's do
my
it.
music video. I'm hoping to get some of my vampiric ancestors to kind of appear in the video unbeknownst, like through whatever, infrared or something.
If you ever want me to make a cameo in your video, just let me know.
Hell yeah, brother. You're actually my favorite. Out of all the podcasts I've been on, all they do is just troll and rip on me and stuff like that. This is the only podcast so far I haven't felt threatened.
That is perfect. Ian is currently having technical difficulties with his mic, So, Dark Lord, why don't you tell us a little bit more about your band and if you have anything cool coming up?
I want to hear.
So, I was locked up for a while in county, and I met this guy. His name's Mental Mike, and he was my cellie for a while. And him and I started, like all we did is just make music in our cells and shit, and piss people off and stuff. And I was like, hey man, we might have something here, And then we played a show for the pod, and I was just banging on the table, and Mental Mike was singing for a while, and he's just like, dude, my voice is blown. And I'm like, let me at it. And then I started singing. So anyway, I told him, I was like, hey man, he was catching a charge, like kind of a murder charge. And I was like, I didn't know if he was actually going to get out, but he got out on a technicality. I was just in there for DUIs and shit. And so he got out on a technicality. He's out. His grandma is said, like whatever you guys need for your record and stuff. So she gave us $300, and
Damn.
and yeah,
Wow.
and so we've been recording this record with this guy that like he knows what he's doing or whatever, and he's like, yo, you guys are good and shit. So we're Dark Lord and the Goons. We got a show, our very first show for the world premiere of Dark Lord and the Goons, September 13th at Mary's Place in Rockford, Illinois.
I am very familiar with Mary's Place, so I am excited for that show.
Yeah, it's gonna be tight. And I don't know, like they're like, yeah, like, do you have other bands playing and stuff? And I was like, I don't know. I was like, I thought it was just us. But then they're like, oh, you only have about 30 minutes of material and whatever. So yeah, so like I guess a couple bands are coming on too, but we're the world premiere of Dark Lord and the Goons. Mental Mike knows a few dudes, and he's like, yeah, this guy he needs a bass, but he could play it and stuff. So we've been borrowing equipment and getting together, and all of the songs I wrote in prison or while in jail. I mean, we've basically have them recorded now. We're legit, man. And it's the darkest band I've ever been in. The darkest band I've ever been in. I'm so excited to premiere that for everybody, for the world. They need it. You know what I mean? And I think you would be surprised. So I really hope you guys come.
I'll definitely be there. I don't know if Ian and Crystal can make it because they're kind of far, but you did send me a song called DUI Bike.
Yeah.
And I'd love to play it on the show.
After they told me I'll never try, traded my Chevy for a new ride, felt the cold wind in my hair for the first time, making my city aware, I'm back on the grind, 2 wheels of freedom, take me away, I'm stoned, I'm trash, DUI bike goes real fast, forever, I'll ride, DUI bike till I die.
Oh yeah. Yeah, DUI Bike, that was, I mean, it was a necessity at the time.
Was it written off of like a true story?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
when I got locked up for my fourth DUI, they told me I couldn't drive no more. So I was like, I had a nice Chevy Malibu, but it was from 90 something, I can't remember. It hardly ran, but I traded a guy straight up for one of the motorized bikes.
Okay.
Bicycles, and I was just like, dude, it's way better. I get to be outside then all the time, So I cruised up and down, and then I started thinking in my head, I'm like, yo, this would be a really, really good song. So I wrote it out, and luckily I got locked up shortly after because I didn't realize you could get a DUI on a bike. And so I got locked up shortly after. That's when I met Mental Mike, and I told him about it. And then that's when we wrote that. We wrote because we were cellies.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, I love hearing about your endeavors and everything.
Yeah.
Ian, Crystal, you guys ready to talk about Leech?
Absolutely.
Yeah, let's do it.
So you were saying that a guy started following you around. How did all this come about to get this movie made?
I started making some videos and stuff, mainly to promote and try to get some funding for my records and stuff. I was playing guitar on like YouTube, and some guy, I thought he was trolling me, and he was like, no, I really like what you're doing, I want to follow you around, blah blah blah. And I was just like, he asked where I lived, and I told him. And then I started getting all the stuff in the mail. I thought it was just him just sending me all this stuff. Like I got like 8 pounds of cat food. I don't even have a cat, you know what I mean? Like just like stuff like that. They were sending me like lawn ornaments and shit. I don't have a lawn, and so I thought it was him. And then he showed up at my door one day, and he's just like, hey, we're starting to film right now. And so I didn't like him at first. But yeah, then he followed me around. He's giving me beers and shit, and he covered a few of my bar tabs. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, he just followed me around. His name's Dave. And then he said he was going to be my manager and whatever. And I still haven't gotten any money from him, but I mean, he did buy me beers and cigarettes and stuff while that was all going on.
That's cool. I mean, Dave sounds like a pretty cool guy.
Yeah, I mean, he's nice. And he drove me places that I had to go. So, but as long as they were filming and whatever. So I was just like, I didn't know what it was really going to do for me. I was like, how are you going to make a movie out of something like this? But I mean, he followed me around for about 2 weeks, and then I don't know, like now I guess he's making all kinds of money and shit on this fucking movie that I'm actually the star of. Where's my cut?
Did you sign any contracts or anything?
I mean, no, but here's the other thing. So I think honestly what happened was this guy, one of my worst trolls ever, his name is also Mike. He has this channel, it's Content Corner.
Yeah, we're familiar with Content Corner.
Yeah, so some of my followers were subscribing to him and subscribing to me, but they were watching his videos and unsubscribed to me just to watch his videos and shit because he knows how to edit and all that crap. It's not even real. He's just editing all that stuff. And it made me look like a fucking loser. And then all he did is just say stupid shit like, oh, look at this guy. Look at this fucking loser. Oh, he just put his little 2 cents on everything. And then he was making money off of my content too. Off of shit I was doing in real time, the real shit. And so he stole so many of my subscribers. And I think that was part of why Dave was there, because he was like, I stand with you, Dark Lord. And I was like, cool, man. I need as many in my court as possible. And yeah, I don't know, man. Fuck that dude. Fuck Content Corner. He's still doing it. I've slowed down on my videos because he keeps stealing them and putting them up and shit. And I'm only going to put out the realest of the real. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. Fuck Content Corner. I've been an OG Dark Lord fan since day one. I don't know about my co-hosts, if they found you through Content Corner or not, but I am a Dark Lord fan. Fuck Content Corner.
Here's the thing. I don't mind if people find me on Content Corner first and then unsub him and sub me. I'm cool with that, but I'm not going to have a lot of my followers. I tell them, quit following Content Corner if you love the Dark Lord. I'm giving you the real of the real. You're getting an edited piece of shit version with some idiot being like, oh yeah, what a fucking loser. Like, no, that's not what this is about. You know, this is my life. This is what I do. So fuck that guy. And I gotta be honest, fuck everybody that follows him and not me. Because
I think it's against the law. I think it should be against the law to follow Content Corner and Dark Lord.
Should be. I agree with you. It's my art, you know? It's how I live my life. I've got fucking worms in my stomach because of my last job that I had. My last job, I had to do this because of Content Corner. I couldn't pay my bills. So I got my pipe cleaning job back. And that's when you take all this old pipe from plumbing jobs and you clean it out like in a sink, you know, and so they could reuse it for other jobs. But I have a problem with chewing my fingernails. So I chewed my fingernails. Next thing I know, I got pinworms in my fucking guts. And then this is what happens. I got a worm farm in my stomach right now because Content Corner stole my shit. I'm supposed to just be online and do my thing and get paid. Instead, I've got worms in my fucking stomach, and every time I eat, they take all my food away. So that's why I drink so much, because I'm trying to kill them, and I smoke so much because I'm trying to suffocate all the worms. You know what I'm saying?
That makes sense.
That's a good idea, honestly.
Yeah. You know, because I can't go to the doctor. Every time I go to the doctor, they won't even fucking let me in there. And they're, oh, appointment. I'm like, I just need to go to the doctor, dude. So, yeah, you can see my frustrations with that. So that guy ruined my fucking life.
We all stand with the Dark Lord, just to let you know.
Right,
House
Crystal?
of Ghouls, we've all got your
Right.
back.
That's right. Yeah, I'm just sick of my shit looking like tapioca pudding. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
A bunch of stuff moving in it and whatever. I'm like, I know something's wrong with me. It's the pinworms.
That sucks to hear, because like Leech was such an awesome movie, and I didn't realize like how painful everything has become, like filming after that. That sucks to hear,
Yeah.
man.
No, I mean, and Dave told me it would get better. He told me everything would be better. He's like, yo, after I put this out and stuff, Content Corner will be gone. And you know what? He'll get dealt with accordingly.
Bro, honestly, I think we should all jump Content Corner.
Nobody else, you know?
We should just jump them.
That's what I'm saying. I want to dude, you have no idea what I want to do on a live stream to that motherfucker.
Crystal can throw some fucking hands too.
Yeah. No, I've been working out. I go to jail at least a couple times a year. So you know, I get my look at that fucking
Do that definition,
push-ups,
man.
you know. So I do the military style diamonds, you know, because that's what they told me in there. Like, you know, that's what's going to define those. And I said, okay, I got you. And we'd have competitions, and then whoever wins gets you know, an extra pair of underwear or socks or whatever. You know, we throw it all in the mix there. It's not always about ramen, you know. Sometimes it's just about what you wear.
I like that. So
Yeah.
another big thing about the movie in your life is trolls. So I have so many trolls, and I don't know how to deal with them. What do you think is the best way of dealing with trolls?
Honestly, the best way to deal with it is you start subbing to their content and don't make yourself so known, and then figure out how you can find their address. And brother, I'm telling you, you show up on that doorstep, things are much different, buddy. You know?
That's like some Jay and Silent Bob shit.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying, I mean, you know, there's consequences to all the actions, you know?
I agree. I hate when people act tough behind a keyboard.
Yeah. Keyboard warriors. I call them pieces of shit. You know, it's just my own lingo though. But, you know, I'm a trained combat guy. You know, I'm a chain belt. You know, I know how to throw the hands, and I still can kick. These worms aren't keeping me from still throwing a good kick. You know what I'm saying? So not only that, but that's why you're always prepared, no matter what. You know, the troll can become at any point. hate to
So
get paranoid with you guys, but
a troll that really stuck out to me too, besides Content Corner, was the LPPD. Do they troll you a lot?
they troll me every day. Every day. They're always say, "Oh, hey," they call me by my legal name. They call me Jake, but they basically follow me, on my bike, and because it's motorized, they get so mad. I go down bike paths on it, and I'm like, how many DUIs can you give me on a bicycle? Like I do. I'm right by my house. I'm at the closest bar to my house. Just let me live. They follow me around all the time and stuff, ring my doorbell, and they pester the shit out of me. I was out there. My roommate, I rent his basement, he was like, "Hey, can you take care of my garden for me while I'm gone?" And everything. I said, "No problem." So I was up there and I was drinking some beers, and I had my speaker playing my new music so I could, keep that in my mind because I got a show coming up, and I was watering the plants or whatever. And the cops came right up just because the music was playing loud, and they were all, "Oh, you need to put clothes on and stuff." And I was like, "I have underwear on. No one's seeing my dick right now and shit." And they're like, "You freak! You take your makeup off and put real clothes on." They're trying to get me to be someone I'm not.
Agreed.
That's what they used to do to me when I worked my job. They get mad because, I had my makeup on and shit like that, maybe from the night before. And I'm just done with it. I'm done with it. You can't tell me how to live, you
You got to be yourself.
gotta be yourself. Yes.
Did your work think it was like Ash Wednesday or something a lot? Like when you went in there the next day?
Know what to think, really. I told them, "Yeah, it's religion stuff, don't worry about it." And they're just like, "Dude, what the you didn't come in your interview like that." And I was just like, "Well, because I needed a job." So,
Yeah, they just don't get it.
they get mad because I poop too much too.
The worms.
The worms. It's
Yeah.
the worms. And I tell them I have a medical condition. They want me to go to the doctor. And then here we go again. The whole circle. I'm a disabled man. Look at this. See that? That's
Absolutely.
a fucking farm in my stomach. They're having sex in there and making more fucking worms.
Dumb and Dumber. We should name it We Got Worms.
I got worms. If I could shit them out and capture them, I would sell them to Fisher guys.
That's a good market right there. Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Then it could be Dark Lord worms.
Yes.
Fresh fed Dark Lord worms. But here we go. Then I would have to pay taxes, and then I would have to have permits for shitting. This is America, baby.
Dark Lord, I'm going to help you out in two ways right now. I'm going to send you $4 to help clear out those worms and to shotgun a beer.
Thank you. Hell yeah. Yeah.
I want you to use the crutch tool, though.
Yeah. Are you going to shotgun one too?
Yeah, let's do it.
Again, this thing comes in handy for more than just, handicap capabilities. I like to turn my can like that. You get a little spray.
You got to take my Zen out.
Woo! And that's how it's done, ladies and gentlemen. Woo!
Crystal's dying.
College kids got shit on me, buddy. I would show them a thing or two.
So what is your favorite bar to frequent by your house?
Right now I go to Sousa's or Sips because they are within a distance that I can actually pedal because they made me take my motor off of my DUI bike, which pisses me off.
I'm familiar with both. My wife and I used to go to Suze's a lot,
Yeah.
and then we went to Sips one time. I think it was last year. They have like this chocolate like shake drink, and it tastes like a Wendy's Frosty with like alcohol in it.
Oh, it's so good. I've had that.
Fire.
Uh, yeah, that's a good breakfast drink. But if you want a good breakfast hack, I've got one for you. I make my own orange chicken. It's
That's what I
so
wanted to bring up was the orange chicken.
yeah. So I mean, I put a lot of blood, sweat, and beers into it, if you know what I mean. Um, but I do food hacks too. You know, I'm just like an entrepreneur. So I'm trying to get anything off of the ground here. So I'm making a cookbook right now. And the main thing is I'm trying to have everything that I cook have Code Red Mountain Dew in it.
I was gonna say I didn't want to give away your secret recipe for the orange chicken, but yes, Code Red and gummy worms. It
Well, a
sounds
lot of people
very
don't
appetizing.
realize what you could do with Code Red Mountain Dew. A lot of people don't realize how much you could use that in your recipes. So, you know, I'm just trying to get people to realize, you know, what they could do with it. It's absolutely great.
You should call it Dark Lord's Cooking with Code Red.
I like that. I might take it. I'm not paying you for it.
It's I'll pay you to use it.
Okay, that's fine.
I'll pay you to use it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah.
keep us updated on that cookbook because we'll promote it on the show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
your shitbag manager. It seems like he's not paying you. We are gonna help you out on the House of Ghouls. We are gonna help you out.
You have no idea. I call him all every day. He blocked my number for a while, so I started calling him from a payphone, the only payphone that I know in Rockford that's still available. I'll ride my bike to it and just call him over and over and over again. And you know, all I have to do is stand on the corner and just say, "Yeah, I'm starving." And you know, like I might make about, I don't know, $1.50 or what. That's enough to just piss him off. He just doesn't answer his phone for me anymore unless I'm in jail and he needs me to be in a movie or something. Then he's like, "How much is bail?" You know.
Yeah, just he doesn't sound like a real friend. Like we want to be your real friends.
Perfect. I need some more of them. Honestly,
Absolutely.
all
we
I
got you.
got Mike. You know what I mean?
Whenever we find out when he's doing a screening for the movie locally, I'm gonna show up and I'm gonna fucking take it over and I'm gonna hold the screening.
That's fine with me.
We're
Just
gonna
most
kick
of the time
fucking David out of this
over.
bitch.
I take it over. He had me come out to San Francisco, and he didn't pay for it. Some other guys paid for it, but I went out there to that unnamed footage fest thing. They played the movie, and they're like, "Oh, just be you, Dark Lord." I'm like, "No fucking problem." And so then I was sitting there and I was talking to a guy outside of a liquor store, and I was like, "Hey man, I'm the Dark Lord of Love's Park." I had to explain where it was where I'm from, and then he bought a case of beer, and I brought all these homeless motherfuckers into the theater, and we had a party, and we took that bitch over, and they didn't know what to do. They had no idea. They're like, "Why are you inviting all these homeless people in here and stuff like that?" I'm like, "Because we pulled our money together to party and watch Leech." So that was the first time I had watched this documentary, and honestly, I thought it was all right. It was okay for what it was.
So you don't have a problem with how they portrayed you, how they made you look? Like did they do anything different to make you look different, or is this like, do you think it was a good representation of you?
No, I mean it was just he just followed me around, and then you know, like what I do, I do. You know, so I was like, whatever. I'm still waiting for my fucking paycheck. You know.
Yeah, I understand that. How did like the rest of the audience react to Leech?
Yeah, like there was a lot of people like watching the movie, and then the theater got instantly a lot smellier because, you know, real people were there. You know, street people like my, and then yeah, we were all chanting Dark Lord by the end of it. So, you know,
Yeah.
I got fans out there, but They don't know what Loves Park is. I need my Loves Park brethren, to support what I'm doing now,
Did you by chance meet our friend out there named Dylan Brown?
Yeah, maybe. It's a possibility. I don't know. I have to piss so bad. Can I use my makeshift bathroom real quick?
Yeah, go ahead. We'll keep talking while you go to the bathroom.
All right.
Do you think he can hear us?
Maybe.
I don't know.
What's going on?
Unhinged. I love it.
I just wanted to talk about a movie. We
I
can't make
don't
him mad
know.
though. We can't make him mad.
I don't know. I'm not affiliated with any of this, so I'm just here.
What do you mean?
Not affiliated. You are House of Ghouls. What do you mean? Oh, Crystal, you're gonna be in a movie.
I heard.
Oh, we forgot to bring that up. Fuck.
I didn't know if you guys want. I was going to remind you, but I didn't know if you wanted to talk about it.
So
Well,
the House of Ghouls is buying the rights to Handjob Cabin. And Crystal is going to play the ghost.
Oh my god.
Have you seen Handjob Cabin, the short, Crystal?
No.
Oh, you haven't?
masterpiece.
No.
Well, it's a ghost that
I'm not
jerks people
doing
off
that.
to death.
I'm not doing that.
I mean, we can use a prosthetic arm. It's fine.
I'm not doing that.
It's just for the movies.
We'll make you look unrecognizable with the makeup.
Just for the movies.
We're making you a star.
Okay.
It'll be a fake arm and hand. Or we could either do a fake arm and hand with real peens, or we can do we can do fake peens with your real arm. We can figure it out.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah, we have not talked with the other people on your show. I'm sorry, Colby. We just got into a wormhole.
Oh no, you're totally fine. Have you seen the movie or like the short? It's like 5 minutes long, 3 minutes long, called Handjob Cabin.
I did. That was one of the things that Dave sent me.
So we're talking about buying the rights to that to make a full-length movie, and we're gonna make Crystal the ghost that handjobs people to death.
Wow. Yeah, you should do it.
We might have to put Dark Lord in that movie too if we get the rights.
Oh, for sure.
You can be in a real fucking movie with a real manager that knows how to handle you.
That's what I think too. It keep me fed with beers and I do like. I don't know. I'll eat the scraps. I don't care. Whatever people don't eat, I'll eat it.
So is it Miller Lite that we need to keep on tap?
Just because I'm trying to get sponsored by any beer company right now. So currently I'm just drinking the most of these, and I keep trying to promote myself to be the spokesman for them. Yeah. So Miller Lite right now, they haven't paid me yet, but fucking I hope they do.
So
Got you.
So Dark Lord, with the popularity that this movie is getting, have you and David talked about doing a sequel and him following you around more?
Yeah, he was talking about it. He was like, "Hey, when are you free? I want more footage and stuff." And I'm like, "Dude, I'm doing my band thing now. Like, that's my focus." He goes, "Yeah, perfect." He's like, "I don't want you to change who you are at all." And so therefore I'm like, well, as long as you show up and you got like beer and you can afford to get some Aldi chicken nuggets or something, I don't care, like whatever. So yeah, I'm down for whatever. He was talking about it. So yeah.
I have one more question, then I want to let my co-hosts ask you some more stuff about the movie.
Absolutely.
But for your orange chicken, have you ever thought about using the dino nuggies instead of just the regular nuggies?
So yeah, I went on a budget right after the movie. At the time he had bought those nuggets, and as long as you open them up and you see that it's all like pure white meat and everything, as long as it's like a consistency where the fibers just kind of like slowly open up and stuff under steam. You can use whatever kind of nuggies you want, you know. Honestly, dino nuggies even better, you know.
The shape really does add flavor.
It does add flavor, and that's the thing that I've gotten emails. A lot of people have emailed and asked me, "Hey, are these nuggets okay?" I happened to use Tyson that day, and they came out absolutely perfect. But you know, if you're a master at your craft, you can make any fucking nugget taste amazing with that orange sauce. It really comes down to the orange sauce and what kind of crock pot you have. You know?
Okay. I have a Chicago Bears one.
That's probably good, you know.
Okay, cool. So our plan is going to be to hang out very soon. We're going to make some fucking orange chicken, and we're going to go raise hell at Suze's and Sips.
Fuck yeah. Hell
Just
yeah.
going to be metal as fuck.
Yeah. I just play like Cradle of Filth on, you know, repeat.
On touch tunes?
Yeah, dude. It's and people try to like bump me on it all the time to play like, "Ooh, girl, you make speakers go boom boom" and whatever, and they like play all that bullshit. And then instantly after that, Cradle of Filth, and just, you know, the classics. You know,
Hell yeah.
that's what I'm about, and I can't wait till I'm on those touch tunes because you know I'm gonna be playing all that.
Mm.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, with LEECH, I mean, it's in the festival run right now. Even though it's not worldwide yet, has your subscribers, have they gone up at all since all this?
Yeah, no, I've noticed the increase, and Dave was telling me something about. He goes, "Hey," he's like, "What's your money situation like?" And I'm like, "Terrible." And he goes, "Well, I want to get up to Canada because we're doing some festival up in Canada with the documentary." And I was like, "Cool. Are you flying me out or what?" He's like, "Well, they want you there, but I don't have money for that, and he doesn't have money for that shit either. So if you want me in Canada to talk about the documentary or whatever, then I mean, I got so many GoFundMe's out there anymore. One of them is just to survive. It's called the Dark Lord Survival Campaign, you know? So yeah, if they really want me out there, they'll figure out a way. But yeah, I guess we're in Canada now, and I don't know. It's cool, I guess. So I would love to party with Canadian people. I love them. Hockey's cool as shit. I think that's the only sport, honestly, that I could actually watch and have a fucking fantastic. They fight each other all the fucking time. That's the best.
Right? I agree.
There's no sports out there that you can just like, I don't like that guy, I'm gonna beat his ass and then just do it, you know?
Hell yeah.
I sit for 5 minutes because of it. Fuck it, like that is cool as shit, you know?
Yeah, we'll put a link to all of your GoFundMe's in the show notes so that the
Oh, yeah.
audience can find and help support you.
Yeah.
Once LEECH becomes like kind of widely available, I know you got the band, but like what are your plans? Like once you hit that level of fame, what can we expect from the Dark Lord?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think if I hit a level of fame and I have either whether it's my inventions or whether it's my kick-ass band Dark Lord and the Goons or whatever, my goal is to give back to my community of Love's Park, and I want to go to some of these gaming parlors, and I want to like put a concert on. And they're very small, but it will be jam packed with people, and then the money I make, I'll just give it to people so they could keep gambling. You know what I mean? Like,
That's awesome.
yeah, like I want to. It's not like they're not gonna stop gambling, but like, wouldn't it be cool if like some old lady who hates my face and that like hates my music and whatever, I gave her like $500. I'm like, yo, you have fun, baby. And, that's giving back to the community. They're not going to stop doing what they're doing. It's just like, hey, this nice, young, handsome man with a painted fucking face with the worst music I've ever heard thought of me today. That's what I want to do. I want to build this community up, and I want to run for mayor.
You got
Hell
my
yeah.
vote.
Hell yeah. I appreciate that. I respect that.
That's what I could give back to the community.
Free orange chicken and Miller Lights every day.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's the other thing too. Is I'll just be like, whatever beer I like for, for my city alone, whatever beer I'm really into for that week, that beer is like super cheap, 50 cents. Make it affordable for the people, and then it also helps all of the other beer companies too, because it'll change frequently, and then we all get a piece of the cake, right?
I think if you're mayor, it would be a lot easier to get a beer sponsorship too.
I think so too. Yeah.
It might bring a lot of bad publicity, but it'll be easier.
Yeah, but anything's possible. I mean, look at politics. Anything's possible.
It is. So with your band, what other bands are like your biggest inspirations when you perform and write your lyrics?
Yeah, I'm a big fan of, like, Cradle of Filth. A big fan of, like, Iggy Pop and the Stooges. I'm still like, I like that punk rock vibe too. So I don't know. I mean, like, I'm kind of all over the place. Like, I like that band from Norway, Turbo Negro. Like, that's a fantastic band. I don't know. Like, I listen to a lot of random shit, and then I'll listen to, like, Ray Charles, and then I try to sing like him. Tom Waits, I could sound like him, and then I don't know, I just put it all together. The best thing you could do is write music in a cell in county lockup. That's the best. So if I could recommend anything, go to jail for a little bit. You got nothing else to do but do some push-ups and try to write music with your cellie. And that's how you do it, boys and girls.
I like that because I'm always running into like a wall when I'm trying to create videos about horror movies and stuff. So I might do that.
You have to just do like a low-level crime. And
Yeah, like a little misdemeanor or something.
yeah, something stupid. I don't know. It's
I
like,
got arrested when I was in high school for egging, so I might just do that again. My neighbor annoys the fuck out of me, so I might just do another
do
little
one
egging
better so you
incident.
spend a little bit more time for your writing process, like smash his window out and then take a shit on like his front doorstep or something like that, and then be like, yo, I'm Colby, remember the name, bitch. And then just go home and then just wait to get arrested and know that you're gonna have an experience where you're gonna get, like, in shape, and you can clear your mind and write your record or write your movie ideas. It's the best thing you could do.
I'm writing that down right now.
Yeah.
Break windows and take shit.
Yeah, but make sure you say something cool, like, after you shit, like, on the Ring camera, and be like, I'm Colby, remember the name, bitch.
This is for Dark Lord of Love's Park. I'm Colby.
Yeah. So yeah, you time me. Yeah, I have to write a few more songs. I'm having trouble now because I'm back out I'm a civilian again.
Dude,
I'm
we can get
ready
locked
to
up
go.
together.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to write unless I'm, like, confined in a cell. Like, it's fucked up. I need to go back to jail soon.
I dig it.
Yeah.
But if you got to talk to David though to help him get me out too,
Oh yeah.
because I'm trying to help you as well.
Yeah. He owes me. He owes me quite a bit.
Perfect.
He was talking to me about how do you feel about local, like, semi-professional wrestling, and I'm like, I'll do whatever I have to do. I could be a wrestler. I'll be a bad guy. I don't give a shit.
You could be the Dark Lord version of Mark Henry.
There you go. Whatever it takes. I am a chain belt, so
Yep. Hopefully that doesn't like stop them from letting you compete because you're so deadly.
I know I might have to take it down a notch, but I have a disability with the worms, so maybe they'll let me, play. Who knows?
It's very true.
Oh yeah.
I just want to know Crystal's like reaction to Leech because I thought she was gonna fucking hate the movie.
Oh, I loved it. I thought it was great. I started watching it and I was like, I have no idea what this movie is about. And then I started to really get into it. And I'm definitely on your side, Dark Lord. Like, Content Corner should not be stealing your content and making videos out of it. That's not fair.
No, he
Like,
capitalized on what I was doing.
exactly. So I think at the end of the day, I think what you're doing, is good. It's noble. You're out there, you're making your music, you're putting yourself out there, you're being creative. And I thought it was great. I really liked it.
Well,
I
appreciate.
I admire your tenacity.
Yeah, I'll always fight for you guys. Just know that.
Appreciate that, Dark Lord.
Right back at you. We got your back.
I'll always be your unsung hero or whatever, you know.
Hell yeah.
So if you guys want to buy a crutch knife,
Yeah, absolutely. I would love a crush knife.
yeah, I've been selling these for $750 a pop. So
Okay.
Yeah.
We can work something, maybe a payment plan.
yeah, something like that. That
Okay.
would work out good.
Yeah, we'll talk off air about that, but I'm
Maybe
definitely
an
interested.
IOU.
Yeah, something like that. Or just
Don't worry.
we'll figure it out.
Hell yeah. But yeah, we wrap up every episode with weekly recommendations. So like a movie, a book, a band that we would recommend to the audience. So I'm very interested, Dark Lord, in what your recommendations would be to the audience of maybe a movie or a book or a band or all three. Whatever you would recommend.
Yeah, so if I was to recommend a movie, I recently watched another documentary. I don't know what it's called, but it's about the Titanic. That's a ship that was long ago. People a lot of people drown or whatever, and the rich were able to come out unscathed, right? And this was like long, long ago, right? And they weren't even filling the boats with people. And I feel like that represents exactly what's going on in America right now. Uh, and then book, I don't read very much, but Frog and Toad is a fantastic book so far. I've been reading it for about a year. Frog and Toad all year. That's the name of the book. It talks about the seasons. It talks about a frog and toad that became friends, and then just like their endeavors between the seasons. But they're always going to remain friends no matter what. They're always going to have each other's backs. They'll fight somebody for each other. You know what I mean? And be there just even as like emotional support. So that book I highly recommend. And a band. Well, I'm gonna have to plug my own band right there, Dark Lord and the Goons. It's impossible for you really to hear anything except for I guess I'll put out a single, and I give you guys permission to put out the one recorded song I have. But I think what my music will do will bring everyone together, and just so we can all admit that we are all pieces of shit, in our own way. And you can still be a good piece of shit. That's what I want to recommend.
I love it. Hell yeah.
Yep.
All right, Colby, what do you got for recommendations?
All right, for movie, I have Devil's Candy.
Nice.
For band, I have a deathcore band called Inferious. And then book is I'll Pray for You.
Oh yeah.
Pray is spelled Prey, not the pray you're thinking of.
Let's see. For a movie, I have The Seed. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that one.
What's that one about?
It's a horror sci-fi comedy. It's kind of nasty. It's about three girls. They go get some R&R, aliens, all that kind of stuff. I'm not going to give you any more than that.
I'm just glad you didn't recommend the other Seed movie, the UA Bowl movie.
No, not that one.
God, he's horrible.
Not that one. So for book, I'm gonna say The Ruins because it's amazing by Scott Smith. And the band, I'm gonna do, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of For I Am King. It's a Dutch metal band. And the lead singer is a woman. So I love
Fuck yeah.
that. I love
Love that band.
the new single that they just came out with is really good. So
Hell yeah. Love it. And then my movie is The Battery, gnarly little zombie movie. Book, Hellbound Heart by Clive Barker. Obviously what Hellraiser's based on. If you haven't read it, absolutely recommend it. And band is Fit for an Autopsy, deathcore from New Jersey.
oh, that's so
Fucking slays.
I love Fit for an Autopsy.
Same. But yeah, I think that's going to wrap it up for this episode. So Dark Lord, thank you so much for hanging out, taking time out to chill with us, man. It's been an absolute pleasure. Again, we've got your back. We are proud supporters of the Dark Lord of Loves Park. Is there anything you want to plug, mention, say to the audience before we wrap up here?
Say fuck Content Corner and fuck the trolls.
Fuck Content Corner. Fuck the trolls.
That's
Let's
what's up.
go.
Love you guys.
Appreciate you, Dark Lord.
Absolutely. Colby, any final thoughts?
If you ain't zinning, you ain't sinning.
oh my gosh.
I want to
Crystal.
try those.
Oh, I got some for you. I got some.
Fuck yeah, dude. Give me the heavy hitters.
I got the 6. I'll teach you how to do an upper decker.
Yeah, teach me all that shit.
I got you.
All right, buddy.
Crystal, final thoughts?
Thank you, Dark Lord of Loves Park, for coming on. We appreciate it.
Very nice talking to you guys.
Absolutely. So yeah, to the audience, thank you all for watching, listening. Check the show notes. A list, like I said, all the places you could find the Dark Lord, everywhere you can support them. All of our information is in there as well. So until next week, this is House of Ghouls. We appreciate you. Stay safe out there. Much love.
What if everything you know is someone else's dream?
There you go. That's it.